What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today I'm going to be doing Naruto Four Tails. So it's his red sort of demon fox form. He's got that scary face and all that kind of stuff. So I've gone landscape to fit in the tails. We're going middle of the page, but we're down in the lower half here for where his head is. So his head is just down here. So what we got to do is do those circular eyes of his. So his facial features are pretty basic. So we just have a circle eye. So we just start about here and we just draw a circle. Starting here, getting it as circular as we can. And then we're going to do another circle beside it, just over here. Try and go as circular as we can. Like so. And then underneath that he has sort of sharp, his face is kind of like a pumpkin. He's got that carved out look, and there's all light coming out of his eyes and mouth. So we got these, just under his eye here, we've got these sharp pointy teeth, like so, coming across. Like this. So we just go all the way across. Don't worry if the teeth are big and small or different sizes. So the weirder the better, kind of. They come down the side of his mouth here, and then we go across the bottom. Like so. Like this. I'm just going to make one or two of them a bit bigger, maybe come down a bit more. Like so. Like that. There's many different ways of doing that. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine. Just make it them sharp, pointy teeth. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to worry about. So he's no nose that I can see in the picture anyway. So his chin then is just down underneath here. So we bring it around here. Back up around for his jaw. To there, and then up for the side of his face, just up here. Like so. Bring around the other side then. Same. Up this side of his eye. And just down around. Back to his chin. Like so. So then here he has some of his Naruto kind of hair still remaining. So it's a few spikes of that Naruto hair coming out here. So on both sides. 3 on that side. 3 on this side. Then he has those big fox ears here, and then his normal human ears as well at the same time. So we have an ear there, and an ear in here. Just a curved line. Curved line coming down from the hair, like so. And you could do a line or two for bones and ligaments inside here. Like that. Now those big ears, they go all the way up. They're real big, so like up here, there's one, the tip of one, and then here as well. So you're going to go from his hair all the way up to here, and then when we got here, we curve around. So then we bring it down, back to his head. Then over here we do something similar, so we bring it up like so, curve it around, and then bring it back down like that. So we're curving out, going out this way, and then curving back in towards his head. Then we have a couple of spiky Naruto hair spikes in here, something like that. You can add as many of these as you'd like, but there does seem to be a gap here between these pieces of hair and this. It must join the chakra, maybe just must join his head to the ears a bit more. So right, we can see some of his shoulders and arms. So we have just some fur actually on his shoulder, some like spikes here for fur, fox fur. Obviously his body's slowly becoming a fox. And then we have 2 arms that come down here in some of his chest. So he's real long shoulders, real elongated forearms. So this goes down, curves down like that. Real hunched over look. And this one comes down as well. So curving out and around, like so. Then the inside of that shoulder line is just in here, just beside his jaw. So it curves in like so. So the opposite side of his arm. And then this one, just here, on the other side. And then you might have a line just for maybe his collarbone or a muscle just going into his face, just there. So shoulders, like in everyone's arm, they meet a tricep. So this is a longer line. So we come to here and we bump like so. And then we bring this real long down. Or as far as you go on your page, however close you are to the bottom of the page. And then his bicep. So much longer than normal biceps, really long lines. Like this. So really elongated. Really unnatural looking. That's what makes him creepy, I guess. And then this hits his forearm. So we have a line here for his forearm. So it's like this section of his arm. And then the other side of that forearm coming down here. Then we go over here and we'll do something similar. So big long tricep line. This. And a big long bicep line. Like that. And then forearm lines just here. They go down and off my page, but of course if you have more room you could fit in more of his arms if you wanted. They go down to his hands, which are touching the ground nearly, I think. Or down at his shins even. So we can see some of his body inside here. So we have his ribs, sort of a line for his ribs there. And then a line here. It's the side of his body. His rib cage sort of thing here. And then we have his waist. So a line for his waist. Like that. And then his hip comes out a bit. Like so. So we have side body, his hip and waist. And then this comes down to his thigh muscle, which goes behind his arm, just there. And then the same on this side. Comes down to his thigh muscle, which goes behind his arm. And then we can see just maybe a little bit of his chest muscle in here. And in here. Now, so those tails, so we have one this way, and here. So they're pretty big. So they start from his back, come out from the bottom of his spine. So we have coming out from behind his body here, jump over the arm, and keep going this way. So this is going to go kind of a bumpy line. And when you get to here, they have a few spikes on the end. Big foxtail. And then we start to go back down behind his arm. And back into here. We do another tail on this side, same sort of thing. So coming out from behind his arm. Ooh. Coming out this way. And then a couple of spikes. And then back down. Coming down in here. Behind his arm again. And then, remember, these tails are always moving and waving with the sort of chakra. So don't worry if that's different to that one. They don't have to be symmetrical. Rarely are these things symmetrical. Symmetrically drawn in their original way anyway. So right, so the other tail comes out here. Third tail. So it's going to go all the way up, and it's going to go right up near the top of my page. So it's going to go. Then we add some hair spikes, and then we're going to bring it back down, and it's going to go right behind his head here. So we're going to curve it right behind his head, like so. And then next one comes out beside that one. So we're going to curve it up this way, and it goes all the way up like so. A few spikes, and then we can bring it down. Down to his shoulder. So in the manga and the anime, he's black and red. He's lots of dark hatching lines and stuff all over his face. You can do that, or you can just color it red. It's up to you. I'm going to add some of the hatching lines anyway on his face. So mostly on sort of, they start kind of where his eyebrows would be. So just sort of going around his eye like so. We have a couple of those lines like this. Like so. Just going around the top of his eye. Like this. And then same on the other side. So they're going around in a kind of an eyelid, eyebrow sort of fashion. They kind of make his face real dark. So, and then they come down his whole face. So they go all the way down. In the middle too. Coming down his face. And they sort of give his face that really sort of sinister kind of dark look. And there is some down his body too, where the shadows would be. So coming down sort of his chest and the inside of his tricep or his bicep here. So say like here. Coming down like so. So it's all this sort of dark energy, you know, making him really have strong shadows all over him. And then there's some like on his body here too, so kind of go this way. Something like this. And then we're going to bring it down the side of his body. So like in the middle, they're here straight like that. And then they go diagonal when they're out here. So coming down. Of course, these aren't 100% necessary if you want to just color them, you know, dark red and black every now and then you could. But I might as well do this just to give you an idea how he looks really in the drawing. There is a couple of these on his ears, just here. Here too, coming down the other side. And maybe some on his tail as well. So on the sides of his tail, here, underneath this part. So like here. coming maybe up this side. Down here. Bum, bum. Coming down this side too. Underneath here, on the bottom of the tail here as well. And of course you can build this up as much as you want. You could do a lot of this sort of all over his body, or you could just color the rest red. I know I've seen it done with sort of black dots and stuff, and there's a bit of this hatching just on this part here as well, just maybe coming up beside his shoulder where his collarbone and neck muscles would meet, just here. But I'm going to leave it there, and that's it. I might just make the black rings around his eye. I'm going to make these a bit thicker. But there he is. Naruto. 4 tails. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.